Hi there, in this video we'll be looking how to find out the area of the compound shapes. It's generally a very simple topic, so here we are doing the hardest question of this simple topic. To begin with the first one, we see that to find out the area of this shape, it's a combination of a rectangle which is at the bottom. I'm going to highlight it, and then the top part is making a triangle. Now we're going to do for the bottom one, I'm going to number them 1 and 2 here. So whatever the working out I'm doing for the rectangle, I'm going to refer it with 1. To find out the total area, we do the area of the rectangle, and that we add the area of triangle. So to begin with, the first one is to find out the area of the rectangle. So to find out the area of the rectangle, area of rectangle. So area of the rectangle is the base times height. How much is the base is 15, and how much is the height is a 9. So when you multiply base times height, you'll get 135. So I'm going to write down the area of the rectangle as 135 centimeters square. Now to find out what's the area of the triangle is, we're going to write it down over here. So area of triangle would be base times height and make a half of it. So how much is the base is? Base is this part from here to here. We don't know the total length is 15. And if that from the total length, when we're going to minus this 7 from here, we would get the base. So I'm going to do the extra working out over here, which is 15 take away 7, and that would give us 8. So it means that the base is 8 centimeter. And to write down base times, and the height is now, this is the total length, which is 22. From here to here, we know that is a 9 centimeter. So this part would be 9 centimeter as well. So to do the extra working out, to find out how much is the height, we do 22 minus 9. And when we do 22 minus 9, we get 13 centimeters the height. Now we know the base is 8, the height is 13, and we make a half of them. So when you multiply them together and divide by 2, you get 52 centimeters square. That would be the area of the triangle. To find out the total area, as we know that it's the sum of the 1 and 2 together. The sum of the 1 means area of the rectangle, which is 135. Sum of 2 means the area of a triangle, which is 52. You add them together and you get 187 centimeters square. Now we have got like another question. This is slight tricky one, as this is that PQR is a square. Because there's a word square used, we know that all the sides would be the same of the shape. So PQR is making a square, so it means all the sides of the shape would be the same, the first thing. Now the next thing is G is the midpoint of PQ, so this is right in the middle, and this another H would be right in the middle as well. Triangle GHS is shaded, so we can see that inside part is shaded. Now this is that find out the ratio shaded area with the ratio of area of the square in the simplest form. So we are finding out the shaded area, which is the triangle, and we are finding out the area of the square, which we don't know. The key thing about this question is we don't have any number given. There are two ways of doing it. One, you just take with the variables, or you take with the numbers. So here I'm just taking with the numbers. So I say that because this is square, I'm just taking any number. So I say that let all sides of the square is 8 centimeter, because always to do with the numbers makes the question much simpler. Because I say that the length of PQ is 8 centimeter, then the half of that would be from here to here, and that would be then 4 centimeter. Now first of all, I'm finding out the area of the square. So I'm going to write it down over here, which we are finding out is area of the square. And what are the square is, which is PQRNS. So I'm going to write down area of square PQRS means 8 times 8, because the formula is base times height. I'm going to write down base times height here. And that would be 64 centimeter square, because I've taken each of my length in centimeter. Not necessarily you have to write down the units. You can do this even without writing down the units as well. So now the next thing is we need to find out how much is the area of this one. I'm going to name them. This triangle is a 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Because we have to find out the ratio of the square PQRS to the ratio of the triangle, which is GHNS. To find out the area of the shaded region GHS, first we're going to find out the area of this one. So I'm going to do the reference of the one. I'm finding out the area of a triangle 1. So because we know that the total is 8, this is 4, and this is 4 as well. To find out the area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. So you're going to do 4 times 4 divided by 2, and 16 divided by 2. So half of the 16 is 8. To do for the second one now, the second triangle is this one. So this we know that the length is 8 and the height is 4. So we do 8 times 4 and make a half of it, which is 32 divided by 2 would be 16. So we know for the first one what's the area is. We know for the second one what's the area is. Now we're going to find out the area of the third one, which is there. To find out the area of the third one, we know this length is 4 centimeter. This is the total length, which is 8 centimeter. We multiply them together. So 4 times 8 and make a half would be 32 divided by 2 would be 16. To find out the sum of the three triangles, so that would be 1 plus 2 plus 3. So we're going to have, which is 16 plus 16 plus 8. And when you're going to add the area of the three triangles, which is 16, 16 and 8. So 16 and 16 makes 32. 32 plus 8 would be 40. So this we know that this is the area of these triangles. Because we are finding out now shaded regions, so shaded region area would be from the total when you minus the sum of the three triangles. So we know that how much is the total area, which is 64. From 64 you minus that 40 from here and you would have 24. So this is the area of the shaded region. I'm going to underline it. So the area of the shaded region would be 24. This is the area. Okay, once we know the area of the shaded region, going back to the question, this says that shaded area. So we have found now what's the shaded area is, which is 24. We are finding out the ratio with the area of the square, which was 64. To write them down in the simplest form, we know that they both goes in a 8 times table. So I divide each of them by 8. So we see that how many 8 makes 24 would be 3, and how many 8 makes 64 would be 8. So this is what we have got in the simplified form, the ratio between the area of the shaded region with the area of the square. Here we have got the last example on this topic. So you see that there's a diagram given, and this shows that the diagram is making a square, and the square has got 4 identical corners shaded. Now the length of each side of the square is 3x centimeter. The length of each shaded corner is x centimeter. Use this information to show that the shaded area with the unshaded area ratio would be 2/7. So what's mean by the shaded area? First, we need to be clear about it, and what's mean by the unshaded area. So the shaded area is basically this part. So you find out the area of this. This is your shaded area. These are the 4 identical corners. Now to see that what's the unshaded area is, the unshaded area is what do you see in the middle is your unshaded area. Okay, first of all we see that what is the shape is. The shape is a square, and we're going to find out area of square. So to find out the area of the square, we know the formula is base times height. How much is the base is? This says that each of the length is 3x. So we're going to do 3x and then multiply by 3x. We know that 3 times 3 is a 9, and x times x makes x squared. This is the area of the square, the whole shape basically. Now we see that how we're going to find out this shaded triangles, which is on the corner of the shape. So we're going to find out now area of this shaded part. To find out the area of the shaded part, I'm going to find out the area of one, and then because all 4 of them are identical, we're going to multiply them by 4. So I'm going to write down now area of gray triangle. I'm saying that is a gray triangle because this is making a shape of a triangle, and that originally was gray in color. So here you can see that it's gray in color. I'm finding out this area, and because we know that the area formula is base times height divided by 2. So base and the height is the same, which we know from here is a x and x. So we're going to write down x times x and make a half would be x squared over 2. Now I'm going to find out total gray area. So the total gray area means this is a triangle, and there's the 4 identical triangles. So I'm going to multiply 4 with x squared over 2, and that would give us 2x squared. Okay, now we know that because this is that shaded area, we know now what the shaded area is, which is this part. I'm going to highlight it. This is the shaded area. On the bottom is the unshaded area. So to find out the unshaded area, what you're going to do is I'm going to write it down here. So unshaded area means from the total, from the area of square, we minus the area of gray corners. So we know that the area of the whole square is 9x squared, which is here, minus the area of the gray corners we found out is 2x squared. So we subtract them together would be 7x squared. I'm going to write it down here now what we are originally finding out. So we are finding out the shaded area and with respect to the unshaded area. So we know that what the shaded area we found out is, the shaded area is all the grey region, which is 2x squared. So I'm going to write down 2x squared on the top. And unshaded area is what we found out here, which is 7x squared. Because the variables are the same, x squared and x squared, they both simplifies together, and you get the ratio between the shaded to the unshaded region is 2:7 or 2/7. So here we have done some examples on the compound shapes, which are actually the hard examples on the easy topic. So I hope you have found this video useful in just like revising how to do the problem solving question on the compound shapes. So don't forget to subscribe my channel to be updated with more videos. Thank you.